We're back on Blog Talk Radio, and caller is on the line. And what we're going to do is get ready to actually put the podium to work. And before we get started, I'm going to bring Goodness to the podium to call up the first one. She's taking the stage before me, or I don't know what we're doing, but guess what? We're about to get it done.
Yeah.
We're about to get it done. That's what it is. Goodness is going to bless the floor right now on Blog Talk Radio. Goodness, you ready?
Yes, this is Goodness. I'm in the Poetry Cut. I'm in the Poetry Corner. And I just want to do this piece for you guys today, just to bless the mic and warm it up and break the ice. This piece is called Simple Artist. I am a simple poetry artist, and I simply make art out of poetry. My words translates into bright colors and can be heard rather vividly. One could close their eyes and use their ears to see them come alive visually. Sometimes I imagine my pen as a thin paintbrush, and often I refer to it as my colored chalk. It stupefies me each time my picture on line paper grows legs, get up and starts to walk. Yeah, you know, I'm a simple poetry artist, and I simply make music out of poetry. My words translates into musical staff notes. They get played on and off key. Composing concepts on recycled pages of trees, of mixed emotions, lyrically mixed up inside of me. Set to a smooth rhythm or not so soothing melody. Speaking volumes to its listeners or viewers, depending on how you listen to it or want to view it. It's all a simple form of simply being artistic. Get 'em.
Get 'em.
Yes. All right, and we in the Poetry Cup, we in the Poetry Corner. You know, that was just a little exercise to warm it up, you know, just to give y'all a little something to work with. Also, I am going to bust this other piece out, you know, just to get it warmed up and started. And this piece is called Soulmate. Whose ribs was I made from when I was designed? Whose ribs did I come from? God give me a sign. Whose backbone am I? Every man does have one. He must surely exist. He must be somebody's son. What man on this planet is missing his bone? What man on this earth whose bone I now own? A soulmate companion. But who could this be? Whose ribs did I come from when God thought of me? You wonder in life if this soulmate is true. Start to question like I did, if there's one for you. If so, then soulmate come forth. I have something of yours. Soulmate approach me. Come darken my doors. I'm the soul of a lost African queen. On the quest of my life, trying to seek out my king. Is there a mate for my soul? Is he somewhere to be found? Am I a fool to believe that someone wears that crown? Maybe lost I'll remain, a soul with no mate. Does my king have a name? Is it already too late? I'm the soul of a lost African queen. My spirit runs deep like the flow of a stream. To crown my soul mate is my ultimate dream. Some say what is lost may never be found. My quest must continue till my king is crowned. Whose ribs was I made from when I was designed? Whose ribs did I come from? God, give me a sign. Get 'em. Get 'em. Thank y'all for joining me in the Poetry Cut and the Poetry Corner. And we do have much more coming back for you later. Give it back to my sister Queen Solar.
And I'm about to steal all your electronics.
Oh yes, Sister Love. Yes.
Because you are live on Blog Talk Radio. And what we're doing right here is we're just going to let you know that everything you come onto this mic and say will be broadcasted across it. And if you can, make sure you subscribe and you follow. But I think we got a few followers in the room. I'm not sure. Also today, we have some winners that will be approaching the table today. And all of our products are brought to you by Toomanythings. So when you follow our campaign and you see the beautiful bling that we have going on, well, that's brought to you by Too Many Things. And you can also have Too Many Things of your own just by contacting Miss Rita. We'll make sure that you have all the information. Now, it would only be fair as a 2-day marathon that we keep our words going. So this young man had, I guess I could say I saw him a couple of times and then I heard about him. I like to hear him again. So I'm going to bring Mr. Allen to the mic to take a solar moment live for the 2-day poetry marathon right here at Jefferson Library. Put your hands together. Live poetry marathon.
Well, my name's Alan Sexton, and I want to thank Solar and Goodness for having us today. I met Goodness. She was hosting at the Gypsy Parlor, and I heard some wonderful poetry the first time I was on there, and it inspired me to write this. And this is about that moment. So it's called What's in a Word. I've seen the silhouette of a man standing in somebody's yard, an obvious form to recognize even at a glance. It's not very hard. With just 2 dimensions, colored black, there are limits to what can be learned. A facial profile, his height and build, is about all that can be discerned. Now, if you use shades of gray to fill in the unadorned shade, surely some of the imagined stereotype will quickly make its escape. The shape of an eye, the line of a smile may establish state of mind. Shadows may expose folds in his clothes, adding to what is defined. Adding color leaves even less to imagine as more information flows. Hues of skin may determine ethnicity, possibly fashion sense from his clothes. More detail causes a much deeper look into the representation, to perceive what the artist had in mind by absorbing all its information. All 3 of these art forms are useful tools for what an artist projects. Silhouettes so basic, while grayscale's message a little more complex. With color, definition is multiplied to an almost infinite scale, through which a master's touch can portray a grand and epic tale. Now, a poet's palette contains no paint, instead of the spoken word. Vocabulary determines the level of intricacy contained in the story that's heard. A wordsmith works, like paintings, represents what's in the artist's mind's eyes, often using truth to undermine deceit by exposing covert lies. Now, sometimes words come in shades of gray and sometimes silhouette that conveys the simpler truths for a foundation to be set, upon which those whose gifts come in color can use them to artfully build a structure of images from inspirations that thankfully cannot be stilled. I recently went to an open mic to read one Sunday night and heard the most amazing poetry in hues and colors so bright. Not what I'm accustomed to, such a wonderful treat. It was as if I'd found a second home, and surely just as sweet. An introduction to brothers and sisters that shared my love of words, so awed by the expertise and elegance of the poetry that I heard. Delivered in cadence and rhythms, often bordering on songs, sometimes citing what's right, other times indicting what's wrong. Those people brought the realization that we make up a special planet, yet only a portion of a much larger family, the sons and daughters of man. With a multitude of varied gifts that give true relevance to each one's story. In truth, it's through this sacred diversity that together we reveal God's glory.
Yes, amen.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you. You have another one or you want to wait a little while?
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah. That's all right. Thank
Piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches, piercing pinches, piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches, piercing pinches, piercing pinches of melody. It was the words that surrounded my heart, and I could not stop, but it felt like everything around me did. But the blood kept flowing, and it was like piercing pinches. But when I heard the melodies of the love and the love songs once gone, I had to rewind my love and my love song, because I wanted to show him that I was willing to get along, and I had to use my words as a soft tone of my tongue. That's what we are here for. Non-stop poetry, gots to be me, goodness in the cut. And guess what? You can now see that taking a solar moment is all that it was cracked up to be. Piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches of melodies, piercing pinches, piercing pinches, piercing pinches of melodies. I remember your face. I remember the race of your heart when you thought that you had to get up here and sing a song. I remember the fact that you didn't know how long your words would go for, but yet you still return a whole year later, and I know you from my community, sister. You and me, we got to be. Why? Because we are the crowns that lift each other up, and you, brother, don't you ever stop giving it up. Right here from this poetry podium, that's what we're going to do. Going to straighten up our crowns, and we're going to give you another poem or two. That's what we're going to do right here. Woo, at the Jefferson Street Library.
Yes, get on.
Goodness brought me out of retirement. You know, I can't tell you the last time I was able to really stand up and just feel the freedom that comes from poetry. And one of the things, you know, these fingers that we have, the snapping just validates the power of our words and the power of someone else's words, showing that we understand the creativity flowing off of their tongue. Now, 2-day poetry marathon, year number 6, and as you see, these balloons have been raised to acknowledge the success and the ongoingness of this event. And guess what? I love it. So you know, part of the marathon is Goodness had to do work. She had to work out. And if you join us in the mornings or take a solar moment, and even if you don't have to get up that early, you can subscribe and listen to us anytime from any device, okay? This young lady has had to go into her poetry workout sessions, okay? So right now, she gets to come back up to the mic. And I want to see her go so hard. Well, when I'm not going to say 1. Say 2? Give her 2? Because this is the year we celebrate her. You know, 6 is coming up on a big thing. When she gets to 9, we're going to say completion. She's going to have to birth a whole new book. But right now, we're going to have her come back and give us 2 powerful poems right here on Blog Talk Radio. Take a solar moment.
Thank you. This piece that I'm about to do is called I'm Just Saying. And if y'all listen to Blog Talk Radio every day in the morning, any time of the day that you listen, then y'all know my sister Queen always saying, I'm just saying. This piece was written years ago, and here we go. It depends which side of the 8-track you're on. The side that's getting played, or the ones that's doing the playing. I'm just saying. What's up? What's going on? In your neck of the woods, what's popping? What's gully? My N-word. What's good? Pants sagging, you bragging big meat in your hood? I'm just saying. Stop doing them a favor. Preserve our own race. Annihilating the next, wiping us clean off of the face of this earth. I'm just saying. The violence, the shooting, the killing each other. That's not the true meaning of keeping a brother. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Nino Brown. I'm just saying. Hey, sister, soul sister, young divas, home girlfriends in the making. What's good? We're women, grown ladies, not the B word. Stop hating. I'm just saying. We're mothers and daughters, the ones who give birth. This is a man's world, but we run this earth. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be. I'm just saying. It depends what side of the cause that you're on. The side that's causing the problem or the solution that's doing the solving. I'm yet praying. Get on. Get on. Get on. You know, I want to recite this piece. And, you know, bear with me. I'm going to try to make it through it. You know, and it's also a sequence to this, what I want to say, a part 2. But right now, no, let me give you the blueprint. Let me give you the blueprint.
Come on with it.
And if y'all listen, you know, to our blog, you know, to my sister Queen, Take a Solar Moment, then you may have heard this piece. But, you know, this is to encourage and uplift these brothers out here in the streets, these youth out here in the streets who are taking each other out, you know, every second of the day. But yet, we also have police brutality that's also, you know, deteriorating the numbers of the black people, the black race. So we need to stop. We need to stop. This is the blueprint, and it's not the Jay-Z version. In every U.S. city, in every neighborhood, there's housing projects housing all the blacks. What's some white man's project? Do you object? Spread wide across this grove as though it was contagious. Blueprints drawn up, deemed to be advantageous. Secluded like jungle. I find this absurd. Segregated high-rise building while you basking in the suburbs. I hope I'm gaining your attention. Main objective is to pull your coat. Stacking apartments on top of apartments, like stacking Negroes in the boats. In every major city, in every neighborhood, there's black on black crime designed to demise where as though we don't even exist. Blueprints drawn up, planned by the racists. Survival in the jungle, survival of the fittest. Scratching and survival living real life like Rambo while you resting in the condo. Cringe at the idea of even ever rubbing shoulders with the likes of me. Smile in my face, talk behind my back, quick to lie to me. Poor disguise for your modern day slavery. Bringing awareness to your careless shenanigans and trickery. I'm black and I'm proud. And won't allow them to make a mockery of our intellect. Do you object? In every U.S. city, in every neighborhood, there's killing gangs because they command some respect. Fighting for colors, murdering another because you claim a certain sect. When the only color that should matter is black, do you object? Ask the right man, demand the right man, show you some respect. Do you object to the blueprints? Get 'em. Get 'em. All right, we'll be right back in action. Sister Queen, do your thing.
I don't know. This mic is getting hot and we live on the spot on Blog Talk Don't Stop. See, poetry. And we live on FB. Is that Instagram, my man? All the social medias been holding in your hand. Pull them out. I dare you to really work them out. Give it up. Why? Because we want you to scream and shout. Clap your hands. Make some noise in the library. That's what poetry about. Don't bull. We like coming out like we do. And if you listen to us, then you can join our crew. All you gotta do, subscribe. Take it in the live. And please share this all over so they feel our vibe. Boom. Ooh, yes. Every day, every morning I wake up at like 4 or earlier. And, you know, it's not easy. And I remember when Goodness was, like, the first time she came on the show, she was like, listen, I like this. And it was just to promote an event like this, as a matter of fact. And all of a sudden, it went Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That was season 2 of Take a Solar Moment. And I don't take it lightly when someone wakes up that early to do a 6:30 blog with me. And we do this because we want you to stay informed. Goodness and I get up and we talk about everything from world affairs to politics to music to dysfunctional relationships with new artists from all over the country. We've actually found people that has done some great things, like the young lady from Faith Tube. Maybe you like some goodness on goodness. I like that. Maybe you like some goodness on when you're looking through social media, where there's a very special app that's out, and it's called Faith Tube. And you can actually go back to our shows on Blog Talk Radio, and you can listen to some of the amazing people that we've had a chance to reach out to, and the poets that have joined us in the Poetry Cut on the Poetry Corner. Now, we are live, and if you are our friends on Facebook or if you're going live, we ask that you share this. This marathon is to work out your ability to provoke what?
Provoke creativity and promote literacy.
Quit playing. That's what we are here to do. So without further ado, I know he just walks in the door, but this brother, and I can actually say it, like this brother of mine is no stranger to poetry and no stranger to the mic. So we want to welcome Legend to give us some of the poetry. Work it out. You don't hear it, time.
Just got in the door, already got to go to work. Take a solar moment in silence, read between the lines, live between the lavish living because we can't all live 9 lives. Cut me down like the cool cats and live in them alleyways like that. The alleyway theater didn't produce my production, so I had to look at my production system and why are we called reproduction if there's only one of me? Cut from one cloth, but then we have to produce another, so now we need several different kinds of cloth. What material matters when you're talking about the 3 states of matter? Solid, liquid, gas, but then there's another matter at hand. The matter of which I was conceived, the matter in which I am retrieved, the matter in which I am received. Receive me in the receiving thoughts of the mind because I, inside the mind, am Morpheus. Not in the sense that I am the one, but that I can morph these dreams into thoughts, into realities. Also, I can talk about the economy. The NASDAQ was down 2 points. But I made up for 2 points by taking this poetic vibe and shooting a 3-point J. I hope you like my J's when I make everybody jump for that Jackson's, and I could use a couple of Jacksons. And I said hi to Tito Jackson because I need to find me a girl. But that honey better be sweet like the nectar because I tell you, when I take a solar moment, it's all over the world. This is 360-degree vision, but my degree is also keeping me from perspiration. In other words, I have no reason to sweat what the world may sweat for me. See, I am the loveliest, cleanliest cloth you will ever use in your life. Go on, use me, but don't treat me harshly. See, like Febreze, I bring that fresh aroma, but don't roam too far because after all, those come with charges. And I ain't taking on charges for nobody because even though I don't have a strong body, my strong body of work, that's just like Folgers. I want you to smell it in the morning, feel it in the evening, and be glad to close your eyes to it when you go to sleep. I am the unique individual, metaphysical, manifesting inside a man flesh. Don't get it confused. When I take a solar moment, I am taking a moment to be real and be who I am, quite literally, and in the etherical. Yes, I am real, I'm quite lyrical, but for now, I'll settle being for human. But just remember, this is all spherical. Thank you.
Get on! Yes!
Want to make sure that I don't know if this is going to go off, but we'll do this. Because you are live on Blog Talk, so we want to make sure you get both. This is the mic and this one too, so we are double broadcasting today. So, you ready? You know how you can talk about your girlfriend like she ain't even there and you just act like she ain't even there? You know how you can talk about your girlfriend and she ain't even there and you just act like, let me tell y'all about Goodness. Goodness got a dressing room already. You know the blog is just blowing up already, so Goodness has a dressing room. And when we get up in the morning, sometimes we have to find Goodness. And I found out she had a dressing room. And what else did you have in your dressing room? I'm really serious, like she's already Oprah status. Anybody who can be this consistent, this dedicated to poetry. I'm talking about 16 installments already, 6 years of this one, and it continues, not to mention the herstory event. When I say the queen of poetry, she is the queen of poetry. Them girls that call themselves the divas of pop and R&B ain't got nothing on my sister in poetry, okay? So I wanted you to continuously support and know that that is real. Now, this part, Goodness is going to get me for. Goodness, come on over here.
All right, what's going on? What's going on?
You're telling everything now. Here we go.
This young lady created a birthday party for me online. Okay, so when I say we had the longest lasting party, so I called her to the mic because this is what we sound like in the morning on the microphone together, right?
Yes,
So a little bit about the birthday party that you threw before I throw you under the bus for the birthday party.
Oh my God. We had, let's see here, we had cupcakes, we had balloons, we had crowns, we had gifts. We had gifts from Toomanythings production, Miss Rita Frederick. We went live. We also had, one of the sickest soundtracks ever to this live party. Yes, and I think we might have went so live, they put my sister in Facebook jail.
Exactly.
So I started this campaign.
So you told me yourself.
Hashtag free solar, because let my sister go. Let my people go.
Oh, I had to call her to the mic because we did. We had so much fun throwing the party, but we invited so many people that security on social media got real. And so but it did put me in social media jail. So it's her fault. If anybody came, I'm just joking. But it's her fault for throwing the live party. But one of the greatest things I think I like about doing Blog Talk with you is that you stay so in tune with the community and you're so able to highlight different people and articulate that. Why don't you tell them a little bit about some of your special moments on Blog Talk?
Well, I did have the, pleasure of, having a couple of people in the poetry cut, in the poetry corner. Yesterday we had devotion up here. Hopefully she'll come back. If not, she's in church praising the Lord. And just first and foremost, I want to thank the Most High for touching everybody's body and getting everybody up in here. And those that are in here, y'all in here for a reason and y'all special to me. Also, we've had the pleasure of interviewing Legendary, the poet.
Yes.
And you guys just heard. Also, I've had the pleasure of interviewing Burn a Flame.
Burn a Flame, yes. Yes.
I mean, the list goes on. So, it's just an honor for me to get up. I love the platform that you started. And, I do get up every day and do this, because it's a bigger picture. It's a divine connection, and I'm just thankful that, God put us together to bring these moments to you, because it's her platform, but it's open to everyone.
Listen, it definitely is. So we definitely want you to take some information so that you can call in and you can join us in the mornings if you're up. You can actually just dial in and listen. And if you want to, you can comment. Maybe you know some hot topics that you want to talk to us about. That's what Goodness and I are there for. We want to talk about some real topics, whether it's health, whether it's men, whether it's women.
Yes.
We've had some serious conversation.
Oh my God, sexy on a Sunday.
With
Love Doctor. Oh, we had Dr. Will, the Love Doctor.
Yes.
And mind you guys, I said Dr. Will, not Dr. Phil. Okay?
No.
Not Dr. Phil Good,
No.
Dr. Will Good.
Dr. Will
Yeah,
Good.
Sexy on a Sunday.
And you know what, with that being said, Goodness,
Wow.
before we call up our next poet, why don't you take a moment, because out of Naught'etry, I think that this is an opportunity for you to share some of your revealed poetry with our listeners and our guests right here on Take the Solar Moment.
Yes, yes. Let's see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this other piece. And sister, if you could just give me the green book, then that'd be fine, because I want to do something really light, really warm, just to, put some loving vibes in the air. I thank God for being ahead and I can tell of all of these events, and just for keeping me going and keeping me sane, because people go through so much in life and you never know what somebody is going through. Everybody may say, oh wow, look at Goodness, she's always laughing, she's always smiling, she's always bubbly. But a lot of people don't see and hear Goodness when she's always crying and she's always sad. So, not only are these events therapeutic for the attendees, but they are also, therapeutic for the, the little child in me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this really, really beautiful piece. And, it was so serious when I wrote this, so y'all just bear with me because,
Take time.
yes, I thank y'all. Snap me in, jump me in. All right, here we go. I don't want to fight with you tonight, but I see this is about to be a war. It's about to be a mess. Snap me back in, snap me back in.
Work it out now.
Here we go. I don't want to fight with you tonight, but I see you're about to be a mess. It's about to be a war. We do this every night. I can't take it anymore. This is not going to be a picnic. First you're on, then you're off. Next I'm hot, then I'm cold. I can't take it. I don't want to fight with you tonight. I love you, my blanket. Get on. That's how y'all do that. That's the title of my blanket. My blanket. Everybody Everybody has a tussle with their blanket every now and then.
That's true.
All right, well, let me see, I have another one that I'm gonna do. And, this piece is called Songbird. Harmony depicts the sounds of our connection, mimicking patterns of rhythmic repetition. In tune, in sync, it's like we're vibing off the same tone. Almost as if we never skipped a beat, as we're like one, like a metronome. Note for note, laced with lyrics trimmed in beautiful paragraphs. Custom-made music, I'm the G-clef to your staff. Harmoniously soulful, to add a few more descriptive words. Singing in tongues, tongues of native songbirds. Get 'em.
Yeah.
That was just something a little light, you know what I mean? You know, I don't want to come in heavy hitting right now too much, you know, because it gets greater later and we've only just begun.
Right.
If y'all remember that song. So, Sister Queen, are you ready to take it away?
I'm gonna take it away while you tell me who's gonna come to the mic next. You just signed in.
She ready.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
no, let's do it proper. Let me do it proper name. You know, when you walk in, this is how we do. We take you through the moment. So you walked in and you signed in.
Right.
Patrice,
Daytra.
Daytra,
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we gonna even give her a little bit of,
Daytra, take the jacket
we gonna
off.
give her a little bit of
Listen,
light.
we live on YouTube. We live on Facebook. We live on Blog Talk Radio to take a solar moment. Now, goodness, I know you said this is where we kick it up a notch because we're going in almost the second hour of the poetry, 2-day poetry marathon. And you know what happens when you take it up.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta get ready.
yeah.
So you know all the poets, Alan.
Yeah.
I see your smiley face, but you're not smiling. I love that. Alan has a smiley face, but he's not smiling. That's because you take your poetry so real. So Daytra, welcome, and when goodness snaps you in, okay? We gonna have her with this. You ready?
Now
Lights,
up to the mic, baby, because that's where we at.
Lights.
No, just keep everything like we got it, because you will be heard. You'll also be heard through here, because we're live on Blog Talk. So just come on down, please. And this is Daytra. We are day 2 at the Poetry Marathon, 2-day Inner City Poetry Marathon. Take a solar moment with Solar Community's daughter, and goodness in the cut. Get on. Action.
Thank you, Ms. Goodness.
You welcome, babe.
All right, this first piece I'm gonna read for y'all is called Tattered Old Chair. I wrote this back in 2012. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair, I see the sun rising above the horizon. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair, I hear jazz playing on the radio. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair, I smell sweet cinnamon buns baking in the oven. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair, I taste the soul food that was cooking on the stove. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair, I hear my grandmother's sweet voice telling me stories of the Deep South. As I sit here alone in this tattered old chair.